えっと、はい、全部切れたんだな。
Stretches of time, but sooner or later she would always return to her old friends, bragging about new scars and recounting new feats, many of which Nilak immortalized in song. The Tiger Lords revered Amiri as a great hero, but she didn't stay chieftain for long. After all, she was much better at crushing skulls than giving orders. Valerie stayed to serve the king, and to this day she continues to be a muse to many people. Not just bards and admirers, but to warriors as well. Honest and resilient, Valerie is not just famous for her feats in battle, but also for her patience and kindness, which she says the king helped her discover within herself. Became famous, respected by dwarves throughout our kingdom as well as our neighbors, even as far as the Five Kings Mountains. He's often been asked to help out or teach others, and he's never denied anyone, despite his grumbling. Some people even listen to his preaching. Lucky for us, there is a lot less howling about the end of the world now, and more wise words of moderation and humility. Not all of his disciples turned to Grotus, but everyone took away something useful from his teachings.
ブルートゥスって悪神ではないのか。
Jaethal spent some time at the king's court, but she then left to do whatever it was her new goddess required. She must have become a great inquisitor for Pharasma, as no one would know the ways of the undead and Urgathoa's cultists as well as a former undead cultist would. She was also seen in the company of Salim Godafar. It's unlikely the two became friends, being so different from one another, but it's a known fact that they worked together.
サリム・ガダファーって誰だっけ？うわ、サリム・ガダファーって誰だっけな。サリム・ガダファー。サリム・ガダファーって何だっけ？友人になったとは考えにくいが、協力関係にあったことは周知の事実。サリム・ガダファー、サリム。覚えてね。
Octavia didn't stay still for very long. Soon, she and Reg went to Numeria and started a huge slave rebellion there. They didn't manage to destroy the technically, but to this day, slaves speak their names with admiration, and slavers with terror. Over the course of their journey, the two grew as close as ever, leaving their quarrels and resentments behind. After returning from Numeria, Octavia settled in her mother's house and became the king's advisor and loyal companion.
あれ？引っ越したんだよね、そういえば。家、もしかしてあったんかな？どっかに。話聞けたのかもしれない。
Rigangar left for Numeria with Octavia to start a slave rebellion. Over the journey, he really matured and learned to understand others, as well as how to control his anger. After he returned, he took a position in the king's court. Being both formidable and charming, he inspired fear in the hearts of some and lust in others.
ミラ
There
フ
are
ィオニ家
even
の
some
家族を
rumors
継ぐ
that
こと
he
になるのかも
almost
しれない。
talked Octavia. Tristan stayed in the
え、
stolen
残ったん
lands.
だ。
Endowed with a special blessing of Sarenrae, the priest became known as a great healer and went on to perform many more miracles. I'd say the Movonic Diva deserves the right to rejoin Sarenrae's divine army. I hope the goddess will think the same when Tristan's hour comes and his soul is up for a new judgment. After the war ended, Ekin hung up his bow on the wall and traded the path of the ranger in for the craft of the
元
carpenter.
大工だもんな、
It
こい
may
つ。
not be the most heroic ending to a tragic story like his, but as Torag is my witness, Ekin's happy with it, as is Alina, who became his wife and is bearing his child. Any baby born into this family will be pretty lucky, since the king
Ellie
himself
だね。
still visits his old friend and will likely become the child's patron.
犬こらどうしたの？
As for Knock Knock, apologies, I mean Hero Knock
you.
Knock, he continued his questionably heroic efforts in the Stolen Lands. Despite whatever mess he fell into, no matter the danger he leapt into, he always seemed to scrape through just a little better off than before. Like true heroes, he simply never gave up, struggling on and meeting the challenge of each new day with a spirit that no
ふわふわしてん
mishap
な、
or
ぬくぬく。
misfortune could ever quell. Nyrissa and her beloved king live happily together, setting up the kingdom hand in hand.
リンジーはやっぱ本のままというか、あ
Unruliness
れな
of
の
the
かな。
first world with the order of material plane. Nyrissa managed to bring forth the daring vision for which she had once been cursed, the creation of her dream country. Our kingdom is now a flourishing land, taking the best of both wild nature and structured civilization. And our capital is an amazing garden city, which visitors from all over Galarian. As for myself, the
著者
author
であ
of
る
this book,
私。
Lindsay, who never
ニ
chose
ッ
a
クネー
pretty
ム選びに
nickname,
いつも失敗して
I'm
きたリ
still
ンジ
here,
ー。
inside my creation
父の
within
図
the
書館に
capital
収蔵
library.
された。
I live just like I always dreamed, surrounded by people and books, and not a day goes by without someone turning my pages. My story inspired many others to take up the quill. My readers have written many fierce books, articles, and pamphlets, flinging truth in the faces of tyrants. What more could I dream of? I hope, oh honored reader, that this story offered you some daring ideas, or at least some entertainment. In any case, it's time to...
まあ、それが、本人が幸せならか。あ、これで終わりだ。リリーリリー。今までの協力感謝します。いや、マジでおもろかったなぁ。ああ、支援者か。ダイヤモンドティア。支援者じゃない。フェイスクリエイター。支援者じゃねえな。ティア？パーティーバンカークリエイター、インゲームアーマー。これが支援者かな。うわ、いっぱいいるなぁ。ゴールドティア。いや、マジでおもろいなぁ。 わあ、日本語訳してくんねえかな。ラースなんとかも。出した。お疲れ様でした。